everyone. It is actually June. It is wonderful to have been at the lake to open up the camps. We are already talking about the many different things that we've got going on at Salem Lakes this year. It's going to be July like that. And I am welcoming with me today Geri, who has been wonderfully generous with her time and talent and energy to organize our social event, which our debut event was last summer. If you recall, we did that, and it was a little bit of a chilly day over at the beach there, but we all had a great time. And now the bar is raised. Geri, you're going to do it again this year. So, what are you planning?
Okay, so as a lot of people already know, the annual Salem Lake picnic is going to take place on Saturday, July 8th from noon to 4 at the Derby Beach House. The event is being organized by myself, Geri Marchessault. I live over on Robbins Drive, along with Kelly Harris. She lives over on Birch Road, and Paula Staples, who's up there in that big, nice lot up on Route 105. We did it together last year, and we got together this year and said we wanted to do it again. The picnic is being sponsored by the Salem Lake Preservation Association. But our goal really is to get, we want to make this a lake community event. So we want to invite not just the association members, but also non-members. There's a lot of non-members who are neighbors on the lake, and we'd like them to come too and get to know them as well. There's no cost to attend, so there's no excuse not to come if you're around. Um, we also think this date this year, we did it in August last year, and it was, I mean, the lake was quiet. You can tell there's no boats out on the lake. The houses are all quiet. The weather was not the best. We still had a pretty good turnout considering. This year, we're going to do it on July 8th, which we think is a great time because it's between the July 4th holiday. The association will have the float at the parade, which we all go and see. Then we'll have our picnic, and the week after will be the annual association meeting at the campground. So we thought there'll be a lot of people around. That's usually a big vacation period. So we think we'll have a better turnout than we did last year. We also plan to have a 50-50. Okay.
This conference will now be recorded.
Okay, so anyways, we're going to have a 50-50 raffle, $5 a ticket. This will offset some of the picnic costs besides what the association will be providing for funding. So if you're coming to the picnic, please bring cash. The tickets are $5. If you could help us out, buy a ticket or two. It's a nice gesture. I think last year I think we raised $300 or $400. I can't exactly remember. The person who won was generous and just gave it all back to us, so that was very kind. We're going to be serving hot dogs and hamburgers and ask everybody to bring their own beverages. Beer and wine is fine. The town is fine with that. Also, bring a side dish or dessert. You don't have to bring anything of large quantities because there will be so much food there. Small dish is fine. Potato chips, whatever you want, whatever's easy for you. We're also going to have picnic tables all set up on the lawn. We'll have all the tables and chairs inside the beach house set up. So there's plenty of room for everybody to sit with their families and their groups and have a nice, burger, hot dog, and all the other side dishes that we'll be having. We are going to once again have the band Little Deb and Big Wind. They played last year, a lot of fun. And if you didn't come to the picnic last year, you may be familiar with them because they play in venues all over the Northeast Kingdom. They're down at the East Side. I've seen them at the Tavern. They have a great following, and so they're a lot of fun. And they'll be playing from 1 to 4. We'll also set up cornhole. It was very competitive. There was a lot of screaming and yelling over there, so I don't know what was going on, but bring your game if you're going to play cornhole. My other suggestion is to bring a folding chair because when the band played last year, we all kind of sat in a semicircle and we sang and we danced and we talked to each other. We jumped around the different chairs. So bring a folding chair. You might be more comfortable. Now, lastly, if possible, if you could RSVP, you could text Kelly. Her number is, and I'll put this on the Facebook page at a later date, but you can text or call her at 413-348-5682. 9764. That's so that we can kind of get a head count of make sure we have enough hamburgers and hot dogs, and just let her know how many people in your group will be coming. Also, we're asking if anybody wants to help set up, grill, or clean up. And the setup is not anything major. It's helping us get all those tables and chairs out of the storage room, set them up. If we have enough people like we did last year, it won't take us long. Grilling, people just seem to offer and help grilling. So, nobody volunteers. I'm sure we can get people at picnic time. And then clean up, we've got to put all of them back and put the beach house in order before we leave. And they can text me or call me if they want to help out with that. My number is 860-922-5566. So with that being said, we hope to see all of our association members and our lake neighbors on July 8th at the second annual picnic.
Come by boat, come by car. We can accommodate you either way.
True. You know what? It'd be a good idea because that's not the biggest parking lot over there. That if you live on 4H Road, and maybe even some of the people that live on Birch, that you could walk over. I mean, that would be helpful to, or, paddle over, whatever you want. Just because I know the parking lot, we had enough last year because people sort of came and went. But this year I do expect a better turnout. And if it's a nice day out, that might get a little complicated parking over there. So it'd be a good idea if you could possibly walk over if you're closer by. So, and that's it.
Excellent. I can't think of anything else that we need to
I
throw
think
in there, but
yeah, we have a good time. I certainly met people last year around the lake, and I'm a little isolated there on Robbins. I've got my 5 neighbors, and we're kind of like, you can't get there from here too unless you go all the way around. So it was nice and I'm going to actually have some name tags this year because somebody suggested that. Just put your first name and what road, just because we'd go to the lake and say, where do you live? Where do you live? And it'd be nice to know, put people on their roads and what end of the lake they're on. So we're going to do that too, which we didn't do last year, but somebody else.
I'll put doctor in front of mine and PhD and Esquires. Maybe that'll
We know where
impress
you
them.
live. Okay, so
Jerry,
that's it.
thank you
I
so
just
much
hope
for putting.
everybody comes because it will be a good time.
Thank you so much for organizing this. It's been great, and I really am I'm flowing the energy of a beautiful sunny day for that day.
Yes,
So
let's do that. We don't need rain. Maybe a little overcast wouldn't be too bad because we don't want to fry either. So, but at least we have the inside at the Derby at the beach house. We can, eat in there if we have to. So,
right.
okay. All
Well,
right. We'll see
great.
everybody then.
We'll see you in
Thank
a couple
you.
of
All
weeks.
right. Bye
Cheers.
bye.